So, hello dear students. In last lecture we have covered TSC TCR configuration of SVC, that was hybrid type. So the control of SVC can be divided into three major parts, that is variable impedance, then switching part, and then hybrid. So till now we have covered two types of methods. First one is impedance method, that is FCTCR, then hybrid type of control, that is TSC TCR, and the third type of control is nothing but switching war converters. And one of the best example is static condenser or statcom, that is static compensator. So statcom S3C, that is static synchronous series compensator, UPFC, are called as second generator fact controllers based on non-thyristor type devices such as IGBTs, MOSFETs, GTOs. So instead of thyristor, they are using IGBTs, MOSFETs, and GTOs, transistors. STATCOM is shunt connected reactive power compensation device which can generate or absorb reactive power and in which the output can be varied to control specific parameter of an electric power system to which it is connected. So this STATCOM can be voltage control, that is VSI, or current control, that is CSI. It is essentially consists of solid state switching converters, that is IGBTs, MOSFET, GTOs, capable of generating or absorbing independently controllable real and reactive power and its output terminal when it is fed from energy source or energy storage devices. That means since this device is connected in shunt to the transmission line, so we have two voltages, the voltage at the transmission line and the voltage generated by the static compensator. So let it be considered as Vs and the voltage generated by transmission line be V. If the voltage generated by Vs is greater than V, then it supplies the reactive power to the transmission line. When the voltage of transmission line is greater than voltage generated by the statcom, at that time the statcom absorbs the reactive power from the system. In this way we can have the controllable depending upon the voltage generated across the static compensator as well as the voltage of transmission line. So in this way we can control the operation of compensators. It can improve the power system performance by controlling damping voltage, dynamic voltage control, damping power oscillations, improving transient stability, controlling voltage flickers, etc. It occupies small space, quick in action, and more reliable operation as compared to TSC-TCR, where we have slower operation of switching, but in case of SATCOM, the switching operation is high. It is analogous to ideal synchronous machine, which generates a balanced set of three sinusoidal voltage at fundamental frequency with controllable amplitude and phase angle. No inertia, practically instantaneous, does not significantly alter the existing system impedance and can internally generate reactive power. In case of series compensator, it generally changes the impedance of transmission line. But in case of this, it mainly depends upon the generation of reactive power. It does not change the impedance of system. It is controlled reactive power source. It provides desired reactive power generation and absorption entirely by means of electronic processing of voltage and current waveforms in voltage source converter. That means I have discussed already by just controlling the voltage generated by statcom and the voltage of transmission line depending upon the magnitude of voltage, that is whether it is greater than the transmission line voltage or it is less than the transmission line voltage. Depending upon that, it generates and absorbs the reactive power. So this is the working principle of STATCOM. So a generator is connected to a utility with help of magnetic coupling. So there are two types of figure over here. The figure at the bottom is a generator connected to a utility. So this is a basic diagram where we can experience a voltage variation, harmonics, flickerings, instability, etc. Now we have to improve the performance of this utility. So to this utility, I have connected the STATCOM in shunt as shown in the figure on the top right hand side. So we have the utility and we have connected the STATCOM in shunt with the utility with help of magnetic coupling, that is nothing but transformer. Com is also fed by help of DC energy source, and we have a DC link, that is capacitor, to balance the voltage of the STATCOM. So we have the voltage Vs generated at this STATCOM, and at the utility we have the voltage V. So depending upon the magnitude of voltage VSC and V, it can absorb and generate the reactive power. The working principle: the exchange of reactive power between converter and AC system is controlled by varying the amplitude of converter output. That is nothing but, this STATCOM is nothing but a converter, and this converter has semiconductor devices like IGBTs, MOSFET, GTOs, etc. If the amplitude of output voltage is increased above the utility bus, that is nothing but, if I consider V as a bus voltage, then the current flows from through the reactance from the converter to the AC system, and the converter generates capacitive reactive power. That means if the voltage generated by STATCOM, that is VSC, is greater than the utility voltage V, then the current flows from the STATCOM to the utility through the reactance, and it generates the reactive power. If the amplitude of output voltage is decreased below the utility bus, then the current flows from AC system to the converter, and the converter absorbs inductive reactive power from the AC system. If the utility bus voltage V is greater than the voltage of STATCOM, that is VSC, then the current flows from utility to the converter. At that time, the STATCOM absorbs the reactive power from the AC system. If the output voltage equals the AC system voltage, the reactive exchange becomes zero, in which case STATCOM is said to be in floating state. So there are three conditions. That is when VSC, that is STATCOM voltage, is greater than utility voltage. At that time, STATCOM generates the reactive power. When the STATCOM voltage VSC is less than the utility bus voltage V, at that time STATCOM absorbs the reactive power. And when the voltage of utility bus and STATCOM becomes equal, there is no exchange of reactive power between the STATCOM and the bus, and it is said to be in floating state. The converter can supply real power to the AC system from its DC energy storage. The converter output voltage is made to lead the AC system. On the other hand, it can absorb real power from AC system for the DC system if its voltage lags behind the AC system voltage. The converter switch connects the DC input circuit directly to the AC output circuit. Thus, the net instantaneous power at the output terminal must always be equal to net instantaneous power at DC input terminal. It provides the desired reactive power by exchanging the instantaneous reactive power amongst the phase of AC system. So whatever we have seen, that it mainly depends upon the voltage control. Here there is no change of impedance as in case of series controller. Assume that the converter is operated to supply reactive output power. In this case, the real power provided by DC source as input to the converter must be zero. So in order to operate the converter to supply the reactive power, in this case, the real power provided by DC source is zero. Further, as reactive power at DC is zero, the DC source supplies non-reactive power as input to the converter and thus clearly no part in the generation of reactive power by the converter. In other words, the converter simply interconnect the three output terminals so that the reactive output current can flow freely among them. However, the real power that the converter exchanges at its AC terminal with AC system must of course be supplied to or absorbed from its DC terminal by the DC capacitor. Here this DC capacitor is connected at the DC energy source. Although the reactive power is generated internally by the action of converter switches, the DC capacitor must still be connected across its input terminal of converter to provide circulating current path as well as voltage source. So this DC source or this capacitor acts as a DC source, and it also functions the second function, that is it gives the circulating path for the current. Although the reactive power is generated internally by the action of converter switches, a DC capacitor still must be connected across the input terminals of the converter to provide a circulating current path as well as the voltage source. So this capacitor acts as a DC source, and it also provides the second function, that is it provides the circulating path for the current. The magnitude of DC capacitor is chosen so that the DC voltage across its terminal remains fairly constant to prevent it from contributing to the ripples in the DC current. Since DC source has maximum ripples, this capacitor serves another function, that is it compensates these ripples entering into the system. In practice, the semiconductor switches of the converter are not lossless, so the energy stored in DC capacitor is used to meet the internal losses of the converter and the DC capacitor voltage diminishes. However, when the STATCOM is used for reactive power generation, converter itself can keep the capacitor charged into the required level. This task is accomplished by making the output voltage of the converter lag behind the AC system voltage by small angle. In this way, the converter absorbs a small amount of real power from the AC system to meet the internal losses and keep the capacitor voltage at the desired level. Since this converter is nothing but a semiconductor devices, so it has a switching losses present in it. So in order to compensate the switching losses, what the converter does, it mainly keeps the capacitor to charge at its desired level, and this can be done by just absorbing the real power from the AC system. Now this absorption of real power is mainly done by just changing the phase angle between the voltage of STATCOM and the utility bus. If we have the control over the phase angle, we can have the control over real power and reactive power. So by just controlling the phase angle, what does this STATCOM does? It generally absorbs the real power from the system and injects the reactive power into the system. And by absorbing the real power, it gives the or it maintains the desired voltage of the DC capacitor, and in this way it also maintains the capacitor at its desired voltage level, and at the same time it mainly minimizes the losses of the semiconductor devices. So this is the system of STATCOM connected to a AC bus with energy storage. The reactive and real power exchange between STATCOM and AC system can be controlled independently of each other. Any combination of real power generation or absorption with war generation or absorption is achievable if STATCOM is equipped with energy storage device of suitable capacity as shown below. The reactive and real power exchange between the STATCOM and AC system can be controlled independently of each other. Any combination of real power generation or absorption with war generation or absorption is achievable if the STATCOM is equipped with energy storage device of suitable capacity as shown below. Voltage source converter has same rated current capability when it operates with capacitive or inductive current, reactive current. A DC capacitor bank is used to stabilize the controlled DC voltage needed for the operation of voltage source converter. The voltage source converter may be two-level or three-level type depending upon the required output power and voltage with availability of IGBT switches. Now we have the hybrid configurations of STATCOMs also. Depending upon the voltage levels or multi-level STATCOMs are also available depending upon the output voltage required. So it may be 2 level, 3 level, 12 level, 6 levels, so on. In steady state, the voltage source converter operates with fundamental switching, frequency switching to minimize the converter loss. However, during transient condition caused by line faults, also a PWM mode is used to prevent the fault current from entering voltage source converter, thus withstanding the transients on AC side without blocking.